So in today's video I will be talking about first type of EC2, which is general purpose instances. So let's just go with it, and let's just talk about it. So so these instances, as the name itself defines, that these instances are for general purpose, means you have to do day-to-day work, like you have to use tally, you have to run a software, like not high performance software, but which consumes less memory, and you want to do work on any of that Microsoft Office's softwares, like you have to work on Excel, you have to work on Microsoft Word, you have to work on anything else which consumes less memory, less storage, and everything in a intermediate level, in a basic level, you can say. Now let's just move to another slide. So there are three types of uh, instances in general purpose. So first is A series, and then there is M series, and then there is T series. So just learn the names: A series, M series, T series. Now there are four sizes in which they are available. First is nano, then nano is smallest, then there is small, then medium, then large. So it depends upon, so it is a way of calling in our instances. So there is a group created like nano, small, medium, and largest. So now move ahead. So what is A series? So A series contains medium and large instances only. You have to note down in your where are you making notes. So you have to note down that A series only contains medium and large instances. They do not contain uh, it do not contains nano and small instances. So that point to be noted. And A contains A1 instance, and A series are suitable for workloads that are supported by ARM ecosystem. So you will just Google what is ARM's ecosystem. So it is a ecosystem, US based ARM ecosystem. I don't know much about that. You just Google it. So now moving ahead, A series instances are suited for what work can A series instances can do. So they can do web servers, they can manage web servers, containerized microservices, caching fleets like multiple EC2 instances, and distributed data source application that requires ARM set of instruction. So like what are containers? So let's talk about containers. So in normal scenario, like if you want to make a virtual machine, like you are using a Windows laptop and you want to work on Linux, so you have to install a virtual machine. So in machine, you can see here there is a infrastructure. Then infrastructure means your hardware, your motherboard, your CPU, your RAM, your everything, your hardware. Above that there is operating system. Above that means your hardware. Then what is above on your hardware? There is your operating system, which means Windows. So above that you have to install hypervisor. Hypervisor is something which converts resources into which is used to help to get virtualized resources. Hypervisor helps to make your resources virtualized. So that is the work of hypervisor. On that you have your guest OS. Guest OS means you want to install Linux, so you Linux or a guest OS. So Linux is your guest OS. So that Linux, so that guest OS uses your resources, uses RAM, uses CPU, uses everything, uses storage from your hardware, from hardware which you have. But in a containerized method, you can see that there is your hardware, and above that there is your host, which is Windows. This is normal. Now above that there is a container engine. Like container engine I will talk about, I'll give you an example of container engine, which means like Docker. Like Docker is a one of the most famous tool to make containers. And and Kubernetes is a most famous tool to manage containers. So you have to learn Docker in future, or you have to know about Docker. Just there is a DevOps playlist in my channel. You just have to go through with it, and you just have to keep an eye on that playlist. So I'm posting regular content in that playlist also. I'm just posting in day to day like Linux playlist. So after when the Linux playlist end, after that I will upload Git and GitHub, what is Git and GitHub and what are commands for that, and after that I will post the content on Docker. So you just have to, so there is a container engine, which means Docker. Above that you have a container in which you can run your own application, whichever application you will use. Like you want to use Linux, so you can run Linux on that. So I think the concept of containerization is clear to you all. Now moving ahead, so next is our M series. So M series contains M4, M5, M5AD, M5A, M5D, and M5 series only contains large type of instances. So you have to note it down also. M series contains only large instances. It doesn't contains nano, small and medium instances. It means these are high performance instances. And one thing I want to mention more, that these instances provide EBS. EBS is your storage. EBS is elastic beanstalk, which means your server. I want to show you. So now I will show you that what is elastic beanstalk. Like I will use this color. Yeah, this is your computer, for example, and this is your EC2 instance. It is also a it is a server. It is also like a computer, which is uh, which is placed somewhere in, like you. So now you can see that this is your computer where you are accessing this AWS EC2 instance, and this EC2 instance is located in somewhere in North California. Now what is EBS? So I just want to mention here that what is EBS. So this is your EBS. It is not a PC. Don't get confused. It is not a PC. It is just a storage. It is storage, and this storage is not attached with this EC2. You can, like you are accessing from your PC or laptop, so your storage is attached with your laptop or PC. But in what is I'm trying to explain you what is EBS. So EBS storage means that this is your server which is located somewhere in North California, and this is your EBS storage which is not attached with it. It is not attached, so I will not correct them. It is located somewhere in South California. So you can see that there is a huge difference between like your server is placed at this location and your storage is placed at this location. So that is called EBS. So it is not attached with your server. So I think all of you guys now understand the concept of EBS, and you all know that NVMe SSD, there is also option of, and like there is two options. First you can select EBS, and on the other hand you can select SSD. So yeah, that's about it. And SSD, you all know that works faster, and it is attached with your server. It is not placed somewhere else. So that is the difference between them. Now let's talk about T series. So it contains T3A, T2A, T2 micro. So T2 micro is that instance which we use very much in our free tier account. So T series contains all types of instance. It is performance not high. So its performance is not high. It can do a basic work. And instance can go up to 5% to 40%, not more than 40. So yeah, that's about it. And it can do website, web app, code repository, development, build test, and microservices. Microservices are those, like I told you, containerization and all this stuff are microservices. I'm not going into deep because this is a playlist which is for cloud people who are learning cloud, so I will not go on in microservices. If you want to learn about that, there is a playlist I have already told you, DevOps, so just keep an eye on that, and the stuff is coming soon. Now let's move on. So I will teach you about another uh, which is another, there are 7 types of instances, so I will teach you about compute optimized instances in my next video, and all the stuff which I explained you now are in a document form, and the link is of that document is in the description, so you have to check it out. Before that I will show you how you can see that where are these instances, where are T series, where are M series. So now let's move on. Hi, so now I am in my AWS dashboards. Just you have to click here on, you have to click here on compute, and there is EC2, you have to click there, and there are some servers which are stopped, which are created by me. So you have to just launch instance. People who haven't watched my free tier, how to make a free tier account on AWS without giving any charge, the link is up, so you have to check it out. So yeah, I have to like you can see there is free tier eligible, and you can see here free tier eligible, which means these machines are under free tier account. There is a Red Hat, there is SUSE Linux and Ubuntu server, and there is a Microsoft Windows server. So there are many machines which comes under a free tier account also. I just want to show you that where you can find that the T series, M series and A series. So you can see that T series, I have told you in my presentation that T2 is basic one, it is used for just to do some basic work. So T2 Nano and T2 Micro, which T2 Micro is under free tier eligible, which means it is the basic one instance in whole AWS. And there is T2 Nano, this is the T series which I was talking about. There is T3 Micro, T3 small, T3 medium, T3 large. So yeah, there are, this is your T series, and now you can see that I will show you about M series and A series as well. Just after scrolling down, you can see that there is M series is starting M4 large, M4 large, M.2 large. So it's M4 dot X large. So M4 dot, this is your M series, whole M series. So it's like I have said you that there is also M5 AD. So this is M5 AD and also M5A. So there are the whole series, you can check it out. I hope you all guys understand that what are the series of AWS. So in next video I will be discussing about compute optimized instances. So just subscribe to my channel, and the video is coming soon, very soon. I shall post it in tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it for today's video. Now I am signing off.